Welcome to Clarington Kia, and today we're going to take you on a tour of this 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz Preferred all-wheel drive. This is such a cool, unique truck from Hyundai, and we're so happy to have it here available for sale at Clarington Kia. Now, this has just over 73,000 kilometers, but it is in fantastic shape, and you're going to see that in this video today. That is the purpose of this video, to show you the exterior and interior condition of this 23 Santa Cruz. Now, let's get started. Underneath the hood, we have a 2.5 liter, 4-cylinder, turbocharged engine. This engine is big enough to do the job. Don't make any assumptions. You have 281 horsepower and 311 foot-pounds of torque. All that being said, this is connected to an 8-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, which makes it super fun to drive, and it can also tow up to 5,000 pounds. So this by no means is a toy truck. This is very capable and ready to do the job. All right, now let's slide down the side here, and you can get a really cool side profile of the Santa Cruz. It's got that cool kind of avalanche style back window there. It's got an integrated tonneau cover, which you're going to see in just a second. Now, as we're doing this tour, if there's any dings, dents, scratches, you do not have to be a detective. I'm going to pause, get in nice and close, and show you anything that we happen to find. Now, speaking of finding, what do you think of these 18-inch alloy wheels? Nice gunmetallic wheel. It's also got, black alloy wheel. It's also got those beautiful polished aluminum inserts there in the wheel. They look fantastic. And then we've also got the all-weather performance tires on here, so you're good to go for all sorts of conditions, such as this yucky stuff we have here on the ground today. Now, a couple little Easter eggs that the Santa Cruz has, which is right here in the fenders. You'll see this really nice looking kind of texture and that little Santa Cruz logo there. They have a couple of these little Easter eggs hidden around the car. We've got LED turn signals in the mirrors. Coming around to the back here, again, this kind of avalanche style rear, I don't know, what would you call that? I don't know, just finishing off the rear. It looks really nice. Again, we've got those Easter eggs in the rear fender there. Now, as we come around, have a look at this. This is an integrated, from the factory, tonneau cover. Very cool feature. It's built right into the bed. It retracts back very easily. Nice hard cover, right? You can lock it as well, which is fantastic, and that's just part of the Santa Cruz. That's how they come, which is really neat. We have these beautiful LED rear tail lights. The rear back bumper here has a nice side step, so if you want to get back into the bed, you can just put your foot there, step on in, really neat. Got Santa Cruz embossed across the back, and then that 2.5 liter T badge back here. Rear bumper is in fantastic condition. You can see here, nice little step up there as well. All right, now, show you how this works. Just give this a push, and then slides on back. And then they even include this handy little piece here, so that way you can pull it back as well when you need to. Now, let's flip open the tailgate. It is a dampened tailgate, so it doesn't slam down on you. You can just push it, pull it, and it's nice and easy. It's also a one-hand up tailgate as well, which is nice. Tailgate's in good shape. A couple little marks, but that's what you use a truck for, let's be honest. Now, one of the things I like about the Santa Cruz is we do have LED rear bed lighting. We also have this clamp system with some D-clamps, so you can slide those along the channel system and then have basically tie downs to lock whatever your cargo is back here, which is great. And then we also have some truck side bed storage, so those little compartments there, those kind of unclip and flip open, so that way you can put some tools or whatever you might need down there. And then last but not least, you may remember this from the Ridgeline, but we also have a nice little waterproof cargo system in the back. So, you know, I mean, this tonneau cover here is not waterproof. It's going to be very water resistant, but some liquid may get in. But this here is waterproof. You can put your valuables down in here, and they're going to stay nice and watertight. Yes, we will get this cleaned up. To be honest, I think the detailers did not even know that this was on the Santa Cruz. Otherwise, they would have cleaned it out. But yeah, I don't think they even had a clue. That's how well designed this is, that you would just think it's a regular truck bed. However, it is not. All right, now let's slide this bad boy back up. We'll close this up. All right, and there we go. Continue our tour around the passenger side. But again, 5,000 towing capacity on this Santa Cruz. Great storage in the back in the with the tonneau cover. And then as we're around the passenger side here, I'm not even seeing any door dings. No, this is a very, very, very tidy Santa Cruz. Now, as we come around to the front, you're gonna get a great look at this really cool headlight design, right? So we got LED daytime running lights. We got a nice big fog light down below. And then we have this very dark chrome front grille and accents here. Now, I will say, there are some issues with the chrome. It seems to be peeling away. We are going to be contacting Hyundai to see if that is a warrantable item. We're not sure, so please ask the salesperson when you call if this is something that can be taken care of under warranty, okay? So that's the only thing that we don't know on this truck. Everything else, I mean, it's in fantastic condition. That's not gonna affect the drivability, let's be honest here. But it's just one of the only cosmetic flaw that we can see on the Santa Cruz. Now let's go take a look in the rear. Now I've moved this driver's seat all the way back. So assuming, you know, you're 6'1", 6'2", this might be your seating position, and there's still room back here for adult passengers. All right, would you want to go to Ottawa? Heck no. But, you know, you want to go for dinner? No problem. Fit 4 or 5 adults in here, not a big deal. Seats are in great shape. There's no rips, tears, stains, burns. Non-smoker vehicle. We do have a center armrest that folds down with a cup holder as well. And then, like a lot of trucks, this rear seat here flips up. And then you've got some cargo storage down here as well, just underneath the seat. Does the same thing on the other side. So if you want to put some valuables somewhere where somebody might not know where they are, or just for organization in the back here, that's very convenient. You can do that there. Taking a look in the front seat. And you know, I did forget, you know what? And I knew I was going to forget it. The car is nice and warm right now because the Santa Cruz has a remote start, right? So you can see there, the bottom button push and hold for the remote start. This drops the tailgate, but this is your intelligent key for the Santa Cruz. So I apologize, it does have remote start. I just forgot to mention it. Driver's seat, passenger seat, also in great shape. Again, I think I mentioned this, but it is a non-smoker vehicle. We always make a point of letting you know that because some people will never buy a car that's been smoked in, and I can confidently tell you this one has not. Now, we have a height adjustable driver's seat here, and then let's hop in. Kick off my boots. I don't want to get snow in your new Santa Cruz. All right, so now we're inside here, and let's talk about some of the great safety features that this Santa Cruz has. All the stuff you would expect out of a 2023 model. We have forward emergency braking with cyclist and pedestrian detection. So all that means is that if you're driving along and maybe you're just paying attention on the radio or some passengers and something in front of you is slowing down or stopping and you're not reacting quick enough, it will apply the brakes. It can bring the Santa Cruz to a complete stop to hopefully avoid the collision with a car, cyclist, or pedestrian, or object for that matter, right? So great feature to have. We have blind spot warning, but we also have blind spot collision avoidance assist. That is a different feature. The warning system is in the mirror that you can see right there, that little triangle. That's the warning. But the collision assist means if you're going to make a lane change for whatever reason, ignoring all the warnings, and you go to make the lane change, it will actually push you back into your lane to make sure that you don't make a lane change into traffic. And that is because this also features lane keeping assist and lane follow assist. So what that means is it tracks the lines on the road and keeps the Santa Cruz nice and centered in the lines. A really, really great feature to have. It's also very convenient when you turn it on just on city streets because it will do a lot of the steering for you. You just have your hand on your wheel. It's going to follow the lines in the road. Takes probably 30-40% out of the actual driving of the car for you just by using those features. So it's a really nice, convenient feature to have. Now on the steering wheel, we have our radio controls, our Bluetooth controls, our voice activation all on the wheel here on the left. Over here on the right, we have our cruise control. And this is again, the lane follow, lane keeping assist feature right here that you have. I'm just gonna get out of the way for this one lady here 1 second. Let's have a look at the rear view camera. See how I did that? Opportunity. So here's the nice rear view camera here, very clear system as I'm backing up. And you can see there, and then put it in park. And we go back to the screen. Now, sorry for that little diversion. Now, as I mentioned, this has an 8-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, and you can go through those gears manually with the paddle shifters right here on the steering wheel. Now, that's something you would usually find on a sports car, but they've included it on the Santa Cruz. It makes it super fun to drive. Also helps you if you are towing and you don't want to have to gear hunt, you can do this manually and just keep it in the gear that you find is best for the load you have behind you and the conditions you're in. 73,249 kilometers on the Santa Cruz. And then we can go here and you can see all the different drive info that we have. All right, so have a look at this. So 10 liters per 100 average fuel economy was 73,000 K. So that's actually really good fuel economy considering the size of the engine, the turbocharger, and everything else. So I mean, you're gonna get easily under 10. If you drive this a little bit more conservatively, you're gonna get yourself under 10 kilometers. There's also a drive mode assist that can help you with that. So if you look down here, just below the shifter, you see the drive and terrain button here. So if I go back up and if I push that, it goes to terrain. So you have snow, mud, and sand, and that's gonna help the all-wheel drive determine how long it keeps it all-wheel drive, how the traction control works. So that's something that you can choose to mess around with depending on the conditions. You don't always have to, but you can if you like. And then pushing it again, you have normal, sport, and smart for drive mode. Normal obviously is going to try to get good fuel economy. Sport is the complete opposite. It's going to really give you access to that 311 horsepower. Or smart kind of goes between the two. It knows what you're looking for by the way that you're pushing the gas pedal, and it'll kind of float between the two for you. It's obviously the smart system is what it's called. Now, hopping over here, this infotainment display is fantastic. A 10.25 inch display system. You can see the time and then a ghosted image of the navigation over here. A quick slide to the left gives you access to all of the available apps, if you will, or settings on the Santa Cruz. First and foremost, we do have built-in navigation, nice big 10.25 inch display for that as well, which is great. We love that. Pushing the home menu, it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Simply plug in your phone. You're going to get all this display changed to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which allows you to have access to all your digital music, you know, Waze if you want to use Waze navigation, perhaps to avoid, you know, radar traps, etc., etc. But it also allows you to reply back to your text messages with your voice commands, which we prefer here at Clarington Kia, so you can stay off your cell phone and just concentrate on driving. We also have on this Blue Link. So Hyundai has an app that you can download on your phone, which connects the phone to the car as far as different features that are available. It's going to show you how much fuel is left in the tank, how many kilometers on the car. It's going to give you access to remote start and a bunch of different various features that you can access right on your mobile phone where you don't have to be in range of the car. And that is available to download. There's a free trial version for 3 years from when the vehicle was purchased new. So there's probably a little bit of time left up on the free service. And then you simply pay a small subscription fee to have access to that. It's a really great system. Definitely encourage you trying that out at least for a couple months, because it's pretty darn convenient. Now in here we have the radio system as well. We have Sirius satellite radio, Bluetooth audio, but let's be honest, what are you going to use? You're going to use your Apple CarPlay or your Android Auto, but we do have HD audio and XM satellite radio. If you needed to, if you wanted to use it, you could certainly do that. And then our home menu here as well, okay? Now we do have our dual zone climate control, so driver and passenger have their both independent temperatures. Works just like a thermostat. Set your temperature, forget it. It'll automatically adjust the temps to get you there. We have 2 USB ports down here, a nice little junk container for your gum or your cell phone, a 12-volt port as well. Our automatic shifter, and then as we saw a couple minutes ago, we have our drive and terrain control. We have our downhill descent control. This P turns on or off your parking camera. So if you push that, you can see you have access to the rear parking camera just from pushing it rather than putting it in reverse if you needed that. And then we have the electronic parking brake with auto hold, a really nice feature. When you use auto hold, when you come to a complete stop, the car will stay positioned. You can take your foot off the brake pedal and it puts that parking brake on every time you come to a complete stop. So you can just relax, especially good in stop and go traffic. I find you can just take your foot off the brake for a couple minutes while you're waiting for the TVP to clear up. And then here's where you access your heated seats and heated steering wheel. They're all located right here, right within a finger's reach, which is really nice. 3-stage heated seat and the heated steering wheel, which gets warm very quickly. And then we have our big bucket beneath our center armrest as well for storage. Just going to give you a little view around because I do love, look here, right here, see this? This here is what makes this, for the passenger, a very cockpit feel. And then you have all of this over here. So really, really nice job with how they designed it. Tons of value in this vehicle. Now, speaking of value, here's where Clarington Kia goes above and beyond. This is the reconditioning that we have done to this vehicle to make sure that it is ready and for sale for you, not only with regards to safety, but reconditioning, stuff we do maintenance-wise to the car, so that way you don't have to do it. So we've done the used car cleanup, a vehicle inspection. We've done a 4-cylinder oil change. We've done the air filter for the engine and the cabin air filter for the heating and air conditioning. Those are not part of safety, but nobody wants to take a home car with dirty filters, so we changed those out for you. We've done a brake fluid flush, not part of safety, but good maintenance to do on the vehicle. New front wipers. We replaced the front pads and machined the front brake rotors. We've done an alignment on the vehicle, and then we replaced done a rear brake service as well to make sure that everything is operating nice and smooth and as expected. In total, we've spent $1,522 to get this car ready for you. That is money you don't have to spend. We've already done the investment for you. And then last but not least is the CarFax on this 23 Santa Cruz. No accidents or damage found, and that's what you want to see. That is the most important thing, is having no accidents or damage records found. There's even some service history that you can see here as well, which is attached to the CarFax, which you'll find online and in the car and in store when you come and visit us here. So folks, if you are looking for a Santa Cruz, arguably this is the nicest one out there. Great condition, fantastic kilometers, black on black. There's nothing not to love on this Santa Cruz. I encourage you to visit claringtonkia.ca. You can view this and every other vehicle we have for sale. You can schedule a test drive. You can even leave a deposit to hold this vehicle for you while you make your way down to Clarington Kia, because we are a short drive from anywhere in the GTA, Kingston to Mississauga to Niagara, wherever you're coming from. A nice short drive, but definitely worth the drive to visit us here at Clarington Kia, where it's your experience, your way. Congratulations to whoever picks up this fantastic looking Hyundai Santa Cruz.